Hi, everybody. It's me, Jordan Long here. And today I'm going to talk about, you know, when me and Jade were younger, there was a thing called trying to get out of bed and sneak and see Santa Claus. Now, a lot of people would say that, first off, Santa Claus isn't real, so there would be no way for you could sneak and see him when he was delivering your gifts or putting your gift underneath your tree. But a lot of people could be wrong about that. This is how it would basically be. I can't sleep. I can't either. When do you think he'll show up? I don't know, Jade. If he has the ability to know when you're awake and know when you're asleep, to know if you've been good or bad, then chances are he probably knows we're awake and having this conversation about when he's going to show up. So he's going to probably find a detour and go somewhere else. Oh, that's not good. Now, that's what people would say. That since God gave Santa Claus the ability to know when someone was awake or when someone was asleep, whether either they would have been good or bad, then he would probably have they had the foresight to know that people were awake, they were talking about when he was going to come, and if they were going to spy on him doing his job. So then he'd probably be like this. Well, looks like I'm going to have to forget about, I guess we're going to have to make a detour and go to some other place and wait for Jordan and Jay to go to sleep, and then I'll come back. I mean, and how would you plan it? I mean, if God, how would you plan it? Because God gave Santa Claus a little bit temporary foresight in certain things. At least the knowledge of who is awake, who is asleep, and who is bad or good. But that was limited. But how would you plan it? Well, how can we plan it? If God gave Santa Claus some foresight, as far as knowing when someone was asleep, when someone's awake, if they were bad or good, then how would we go by spying on him when he did his job? Well, you see, Jordan says this is how it is, Jade. We wait until he comes, right? Okay, we sleep until he comes. We're always busy putting the gifts on the tree. That's when we do our spying. And that's usually how it goes. It's usually like this. Okay, it's time for me to put the gifts under the tree. And then while Santa's doing that, we go sneak like this. Yeah, we saw him, Jordan says. Yeah, it's him. He's putting the gifts under the tree. Oh, we better get out of here. We better go back to sleep. He'll find out. Yeah, I knew they were out and spying on me. But since I'm a nice guy, I'm not going to hold it against them. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. And then that's how it goes, like Jordan says. So that's how it's like spying on Santa Claus. Now, some people are going to argue and say, how can you spy on somebody who is not, spy on someone who has some foresight? Now, they said it would be like spy. I mean, yeah. Well, that's a really good question. And I'm sure that there are ways. But if somebody has some foresight, some knowledge of what's happening or what's going to happen, then it would be very, very close to impossible to do something without them knowing about it. So yeah, if you were spying on Santa Claus, it would be pretty impossible for him not to know it or have some knowledge of it. Especially the fact that, especially when God gave Santa some of that foresight, as far as who is awake, who is asleep, who is good or bad, for example. Okay, that's it. I'm Jordan Long. Hope you enjoyed this video.